Elucia used to be an ordinary human, but one day, he suddenly finds himself reincarnated as a dragon egg, placed into the world without parents or protection. The first thing he sees is a screen, followed by a voice in his head informing him that his status window will display information about his abilities. While this seems useful, Elucia quickly realizes that hearing a voice inside his head is something he should probably be worried about. The voice explains that she is part of a skill called Divine Voice, and her role is to explain matters related to his status and abilities. When Elucia asks whether this world is some kind of game, the voice refuses to answer, explaining that the Divine Voice skill is only level 1. He then asks if she can at least tell him where he is, but once again she refuses to answer any questions unrelated to his status. Frustrated, Elucia becomes agitated, causing his egg to start rolling until it eventually falls off a cliff. By the time he finally stops, the system informs him that he has gained falling damage resistance, though it comes at a cost, as his HP drops by 1 point. Since he only has 5 HP total, this loss is significant. Elucia continues rolling and reaches the edge of a lake, where he sees his reflection for the first time in this world. That is when he realizes the truth. He is literally just an egg. The system confirms that he is a dragon egg monster, and if his shell is destroyed, he will die instantly. Elucia is already distressed, but things worsen when the system explains that dragon eggs are powerless and possess single-digit intelligence. At the moment, rolling is the only action available to him. While dragon eggs have the potential to become fearsome dragons once they hatch, the chances of surviving long enough to do so are extremely low. Elucia begins to panic, and his shaking causes him to roll down a slope and fall off another ledge, reducing his HP to 3. Realizing how close he is to death, he decides to stay completely still for the time being, as he cannot risk taking any more damage before nightfall. Eventually, his HP regenerates, allowing him to move again. He slowly rolls across the ground, thinking about what his life as an egg will be like. Being an egg is limiting, but Elucia knows that if he survives, he will eventually hatch into a dragon and gain immense power. From that moment on, he makes it his goal to survive. As he rolls through the forest, he encounters another creature. Moving closer, he identifies it as a dark worm, and according to its status screen, it carries the title Egg Eater. This immediately puts him in danger. Elucia rolls away as fast as he can, but the worm is faster, and simply fleeing will not save him. The dark worm has 8 hit points, which exceeds Elucia's maximum health, meaning any direct attack would result in his death. Remembering his fall damage resistance, Elucia formulates a plan. He lures the worm toward a nearby cliff and tricks it into falling with him. When they hit the ground, Elucia survives thanks to his resistance and the fact that he lands on the worm's body. The system then informs him that he has gained 12 experience points for killing the dark worm. As a result, he levels up and meets the requirements for evolution. The system presents him with an evolution tree and asks him to choose between the baby dragon path and the little dragon path. Elucia does not understand the difference, so the system explains that little dragons are a dwarf species of dragon. While smaller than most dragons, they can grow to the size of a bear and possess fire-breathing abilities. In contrast, baby dragons lack immediate strengths but have the potential to evolve into many different dragon species. Elucia considers his options. The little dragon appears to be the safer choice, but just as he is about to decide, he hears a different voice urging him to grow stronger and aim higher. This voice is distinct from the system and seems to be commenting on his evolution choice. While the little dragon offers safety, the baby dragon offers far greater long-term potential. Accepting the risk, Elucia chooses the baby dragon evolution. After evolving, his stats increase significantly, though his HP does not fully recover, meaning he still needs to rest. Soon after, Elucia's stomach begins to growl, and his attention drifts toward the dark worm's corpse. He realizes that his instincts are changing, as he would never have considered eating a worm before. With no other food options available, he eats it, confirming that his instincts as a dragon are taking over. The next morning, Elucia awakens fully healed, but he is still troubled by his circumstances. He does not know why he was reincarnated, who caused it, or who he was in his previous life. While he is certain he was once human, his memories are vague and unclear. Soon after, Elucia notices a group of dark worms approaching. Now that he is no longer an egg, he is able to fight back, defeating them one by one. The experience gained allows him to jump to level 3, unlocking Baby Fire Breath. He continues fighting, using this new ability to kill more worms, eventually reaching level 7, then level 15. As his strength grows, hunger sets in again. He considers eating more worms but finds them unappealing. Instead, he eats mushrooms he finds nearby, only to poison himself. Though he barely survives, he gains poison resistance. Still unwilling to eat worms, Ilusia searches for new prey, and soon encounters a gray wolf. Though the wolf is larger than him, its stats are lower. Ilusia attacks, killing it with fire punches. After inspecting the corpse, he realizes he can cook the meat with his flames. The cooked wolf meat becomes the best food he has eaten since arriving in this world. From then on, he hunts wolves regularly. By evening, Ilusia reaches level 20, though leveling slows as his strength increases. While his food situation improves, Ilusia feels isolated, as the system refuses to answer his personal questions. Soon after, he hears voices in the forest and investigates. He discovers a group of humans. Though approaching them is risky, Ilusia does not want to remain alone and decides to reveal himself. The moment the adventurers see him, they attack, knowing baby dragon meat is valuable. Unable to communicate, Ilusia is injured and stunned by magic. Just as they are about to finish him off, a healer named Miria intervenes and stops them. Miria uses the last of her MP to heal Ilusia. Though he regains mobility, he pretends to remain injured. By listening to her speech, he gains a language skill. Suddenly, screams echo from deeper in the forest. Ilusia realizes a powerful monster must be nearby. Though he tries to stop Miria, she does not understand and runs off. Ilusia follows and arrives to find a massive C-rank rock dragon with over 200 hit points. Normally, he would flee, but when he sees Miria collapse, he refuses to leave her behind. The rock dragon attacks, and Ilusia barely dodges, earning the title King of Evasion. Overwhelmed by fear, he hides briefly, only to see Miria still alive but gravely wounded. Realizing she will die if he does nothing, Ilusia charges the rock dragon despite the divine voice urging him to flee. He distracts the monster, shoving a fireball into its mouth, but it survives and begins regenerating. With no other choice, Ilusia carries Miria away, fighting off wolves along the way. When he reaches a village, humans attack him, mistaking him for a threat. Unable to convince them otherwise, Ilusia leaves Miria safely behind and flees, earning the title Itty Bitty Hero. Days later, Miria awakens in Marielle's home, learning that her companions Doze and Grants were killed. Haunted by guilt, she struggles with fragmented memories of what happened. After recovering from his injuries, Ilusia reflects on everything that has happened over the past few days. He thinks back to his battle with the rock dragon and realizes that, despite using his strongest attacks, his fire barely made a difference. What shocked him most was discovering that the rock dragon possessed the ability to regenerate its HP. That realization alone makes one thing clear. If he wants to survive in this world, he needs to become far stronger. That means evolving. To unlock his next evolution, Ilusia focuses entirely on reaching level 25. He devises a risky method to farm experience efficiently by capturing a dark worm and hanging it from a tree, using it as bait to lure other worms. When they rush in to help, Ilusia defeats them one by one. The system labels his tactic as Call Allies and grants him the title Wrongdoer. Ilusia knows what he's doing is morally questionable, but he accepts it for now, telling himself that once he grows stronger, he won't need to rely on tactics like this anymore. Eventually, Ilusia reaches level 25. The system announces that he is eligible for evolution and displays a new evolution tree in front of him. This time, he is presented with 5 distinct paths. The first option is Mini Dragon. According to the divine voice, this form possesses a small body similar to a little dragon, but its individual growth is slow and its immediate power is limited. While many of its later evolutions have strong potential, Ilusia is discouraged by how long it would take to reach that strength. The second option is Mini Angel Dragon. This dragon is born with a protective spirit and vows to live for the sake of others. It gains access to white magic and healing abilities, but in exchange, it avoids combat. Ilusia considers this briefly, remembering Miria's magic and how it saved lives, but ultimately rejects it. He enjoys fighting and knows he needs offensive power to survive. The third option is Kid Dragon. This form is a direct progression from Baby Dragon, offering improved physical abilities and combat potential without major drawbacks. It is a stable and balanced choice, one that would allow him to continue growing steadily. The fourth option is Kid Marble Dragon, a mutated dragon variant with enhanced magical aptitude. This form offers unique abilities and higher magic potential, but its long-term growth path is uncertain, making it a risky and unpredictable choice. The final option is Young Plague Dragon. This form marks the beginning of an evil dragon lineage, one that spreads disaster and corruption wherever it goes. Ilusia immediately recoils at the description. The idea of becoming a being that brings suffering to others deeply unsettles him, and he is ready to dismiss the option outright. However, the system continues listing its traits. Among them is exceptionally high intelligence and the ability to transform into a human. Ilusha freezes. He shouts that he has no desire to become an evil dragon, yet the idea of regaining a human form shakes him to his core. He imagines returning to villages, speaking to people, making connections again, but choosing that path would mean spreading disease and destruction wherever he goes. The very thought fills him with conflict. Each option represents a different future: power, restraint, sacrifice, corruption, or balance. Ilusha struggles to decide what kind of existence he wants in this world. He thinks about Miria, the humans he saved, and the monsters he has fought. He wonders whether becoming stronger will push him further away from humanity, or whether strength is the only way to protect others. Unable to reach a decision, Ilusha screams in frustration, staring at the evolution tree as the screen waits for his choice. And with that, the episode comes to an end.